The hidden cost of depression. We need to talk about this. The aesthetic versus the reality. Movies lied to us about depression. Hollywood wants you to believe that being depressed means staring wistfully out a rain-streaked window while an indie folk song plays in the background. Looking beautifully tragic. In reality, depression is aggressively unaesthetic. And more importantly, it is obnoxiously expensive. Today we are talking about the depression tax, the literal financial hemorrhage that occurs when your brain chemistry decides to take a 6-month vacation, leaving you with the executive function of a sleepy toddler. If you have ever looked at your bank account and thought, wow, my sadness is bankrupting me, grab a seat. We need to talk. The crisper drawer graveyard. Let's start with the most common form of the depression tax, food. Every depressed person has a cycle. You have one good day where the sun is shining, your serotonin is doing a little tap dance, and you think, I am cured. I am going to meal prep. You go to the store and buy $80 worth of beautiful, organic produce. And then Tuesday hits. The depression goblin wakes up. Suddenly, the idea of chopping a bell pepper feels like trying to disarm a nuclear bomb. You physically cannot do it. So what do? You open the food delivery app. You order a $12 burrito. But wait, there's a $4 delivery fee, a $3 service fee, a $2 small order fee, a tip, and a mysterious fee just for existing. You just paid $28 for a burrito. And 2 weeks later, you have to throw away $80 of liquefied spinach from your crisper drawer. The crisper drawer is not for keeping things crisp. It is a hospice center for good intentions. The avoidance penalty. Next up is the admin tax. When you are depressed,
FBI, open up!
Opening mail, terrifying. Making a phone call, I would rather walk barefoot across hot Lego bricks. Let's say you get a $20 parking ticket. A normal brain says, I will pay this online right now. A depressed brain says, if I put this under a stack of old magazines, it legally ceases to exist. 6 months later, that $20 ticket is now a $150 penalty, and there is a warrant out for your arrest. You are literally paying the city $130 to avoid typing in a password. Speaking of passwords, how many of you are currently paying $15 a month for a streaming service or an app you haven't used since 2022? Simply because the cancellation process requires you to reset your password, check your email, and click 3 buttons. We are out here financially supporting entire corporations purely out of avoidance. The delusional dopamine chase, retail therapy. Finally, the dopamine chase. When your brain is completely devoid of joy, it desperately searches for a quick hit of dopamine. And nothing provides a faster hit than 2 a.m. online shopping. You are lying in bed, you haven't showered in 3 days, and you think to yourself, you know what will fix my deeply rooted psychological trauma? A $200 LED mushroom lamp. For the 3 seconds it takes to hit checkout, you feel amazing. You are buying the fantasy of the person who uses that item. But then it arrives, the dopamine evaporates, and you're just a sad person in a messy room with a glowing mushroom. The reframe. Okay, jokes aside, if you are watching this and your stomach is in knots because you feel so guilty about how much money you've wasted, I need you to take a deep breath. Drop the shame. Right now. You are navigating a debilitating illness. If you had a broken leg and you paid for a taxi instead of walking 2 miles, nobody would say you're bad with money. They would say you are accommodating your injury. When you order takeout because you can't stand up to cook, or when you buy pre-chopped veggies that cost double, you are paying an accessibility tax. You are paying a premium to keep yourself fed and functioning while your brain is sick. That is not laziness. That is survival. Yes, eventually we want to build systems to stop the bleeding, like setting up autopay or just admitting defeat and buying frozen dinners. But step 1 is forgiving yourself. Now, I want to feel less alone in this. Go down to the comments right now and confess the most unhinged depression tax you have paid recently. Did you buy a kayak? Did you fund the DoorDash CEO's 3rd yacht? Let's laugh about it together. Subscribe if you want more honest mental health chats. Take care of yourselves this week, and I'll see you in the next one.
Huh?